beach, ready for the fireworks displays, and they're just starting. Here's the dawn.
Yes, that was Caitlin and Sophia enjoying fireworks on 4th of July in Malibu. They were on the beach. And we're waiting for fireworks. They're just starting. And as I often say, she always just extends the end of every sentence. The last word of every sentence, she just makes it go a little longer than it's supposed to go. The fireworks are starting. We're ready for the fireworks. And then it goes on to the next page on the Instagram. You see the fireworks. They're blowing off over the ocean. And she just keeps making noise throughout the entire thing. Like, if you think the blowing up of fireworks is annoying enough, you have to hear Caitlin throughout the entire thing go, whoa, whoa, whoa. I just did that 3 times. That was pretty annoying, right? Well, that went on for about an hour. And so poor Sophia has to sit there and listen to this 75-year-old man pretend like he's never seen a firework before. Sorry, woman, damn it. Pretend like he's never seen a firework before. She's pretending like, I can't believe all these fireworks. It's amazing. Sophia, get over here and watch these. Oh! Want to see fireworks, Sophia? Pull down my pants. Oh, you're gonna see something surprising. Oh. Anyway, everybody. Hey, welcome back to Cover to Cover. Isn't that fun to make fun of Caitlin for a little while? Let's just have some fun with it. So they went out and had a nice 4th of July. I hope you all did as well. I don't know if you was having much fun as Caitlin and Sophia out there on the beach in Malibu. I was in Palm Springs, California, and I don't know if you've heard, but here in Los Angeles, what did we do for 4th of July? We had an earthquake. Yes, it was 4th of July morning. We were all, I don't know where Alex, where were you? Earthquake?
I was in a parking lot, a CVS parking lot.
You
about
were?
to go to work, yep.
Okay, so did you feel it?
Yeah, I drove in and there were all these sketchy guys, kind of near my car, like homeless people, and my car started shaking violently and the wind wasn't blowing, and I was like, are those dudes like messing with it? Like, it felt like people are like moving my car.
I heard a lot of people say that people were in cars. You know how, for some reason, I don't know, understand why. The news, if anytime there's any type of tragedy, whatever it is, in any of your neighborhoods, whether you live in a neighborhood where there's earthquakes or hurricanes or tornadoes or fires or whatever, the news will eventually start just interviewing regular people to get their opinions. I don't know why they do this, because there's no reason why we need to. Yeah, exactly. It never goes well. First of all, I don't know how people have the phone number of the news. If you gave me 3 hours to find the phone number to like the NBC News to call up and tell them my what went on with me during the earthquake, I wouldn't know who to call or how to get through. But I feel like these people get through instantly, and they're immediately able to get on and just tell like the most mundane tasks to the reporter. They're like. I was watching right after the earthquake happened. I went, of course, to turn on the TV to see, where it was so located. And they go right into like, I was having a bagel and I started feeling some shaking, and I realized, and then I finished the bagel and I turned to my husband and I said, I think we're having an earthquake. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of the reaction we all had to it. And then a lot of people were saying, like you said, a lot of people were in cars and they were calling the news and saying, I felt like somebody was shaking the back of the car. Yeah. Or, whatever the case may be. So we had an earthquake. It was like, I think the first one was a 6.6. It was, the epicenter was far out in like the desert, kind of in an area where it didn't look great. I saw the area on the news that day, and it was an area that, I'm out in the middle of the desert where, it's just a couple of bikes. They don't put the kickstand down on the bikes. They're just laying on the ground out in front of like a trailer park. A lot of dogs running around aimlessly. I don't know if they're not leashed or on anything, just running around. And that looked like the area where it was happening. And a lot of people were blaming their shitty houses on the earthquake. They were putting videos up going, look what it did. I'm like, well, was the house great before that? Let's not blame the 6.1 on the fact that you have a lot of shit in your house, okay? Send Maria Kondo over there to clean that shit up, because you got to get that taken care of. So then we go the next day. we're all kind of talking about, there wasn't a hell of a lot of damage or anything, but it was a pretty good shake for, 11 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was on 4th of July. Then we have another one. I'm out in Palm Springs at this point now. Now I'm out in Palm Springs for 4th of July, just kind of hanging out. I'm eating dinner and outside it's outdoor cafe, and boom, here comes another one. And this one's even bigger, kind of. And I was out there in the desert at this point, closer to it. So it's shaking real good. I was sitting by the sign from the restaurant. It was swaying back and forth. And, some stuff fell. They always have to send a couple of team of reporters out to where it happened. And they, in hopes they'll find a, grocery store where everything fell off the shelves. And they did, of course. They found a liquor store where all the bottles had fallen off the shelves. I always feel bad for the poor guys who, have to stock the shelves.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, even if the things didn't fall, everything's just knocked a little askew. So now they got to go and put the Chef Boyardee back in.
You got to hang it.
Back in line,
things.
and it's a pain in the ass. So anyway,
for the second one, I was in the sound booth at the Improv.
Oh, it was I saw a lot of comics. Like, here I was on stage during.
Yeah, Ron Funches was up.
I saw it. I saw that.
It was the room got very weird, but it was very controlled too. Definitely Californians. They knew what was going on.
Yeah, we've been through it.
Yeah.
And the thing, what happens is, if you've never been through an earthquake, and most people probably haven't, I've been through many. I've been through the big one here, the Northridge one. I forget what year that was, but that one really rocked. That was one where, windows started breaking and walls started cracking and stuff like that. That didn't happen the other day, but now the thing, what happens is you wait for it to become the big one or big-ish. You start to feel the tremors, and then you're like, okay, is this just going to be another one where it's just a little roll, or is this going to start really rocking and go on for a minute and a half and just shatter everything? I have a ground floor house, one floor. We're pretty solid. I feel like I'm going to live through it. I don't know if I'll be one of the few. I'm not high up. I'm not under any power lines. I have a pretty big backyard if I choose to run back there. I'm good if that's where I am when it happens.
Yeah.
If I'm somewhere else, if I'm in a mall or a 405 or anything like that, I honestly think you're pretty good on the 405. If you're in a car, I heard that's kind of a good place to be.
Really?
The rubber of the wheels goes along with it. Nothing's going to fall on you unless something falls on top of the car.
Yeah.
And in that case, you're kind of screwed. Anyway, there you go. We had an earthquake. I'm sure you heard about it. We've had two. Now they're saying that this is a case where everyone's got to get ready for bigger ones. So
do you know how far people felt it? Do you
I heard as far away as Mexico, San Francisco. So it's big. It was big. 7.1 is big. But it happened in a pretty sparsely populated city out there in the desert, so, it wasn't a hell of a lot of damage. If a 7.1 happened here, like where we taped this in Koreatown, you'd see some, it'd be,
there'd be more homeless people around here.
It would knock some of these tents that are on the sidewalks down, perhaps. So that's it. That we earthquakes on 4th of July. I hope yours was a little bit better. I hope you didn't have earthquakes or anything like that. We all survived. Caitlin and Sophia survived it. I wish I would have seen their reaction to it. That would have been interesting to see.
What do you think it sounded like?
Well, Sophia, it's shaking in here. Oh, Sophia, it's shaking. Oh, I almost fell off my paw. I had these size 14 Jimmy Choos on, and I'm not used to these heels, Sophia. And when it starts shaking, I fall over like a big old fucking athlete. I felt like I was throwing a javelin. That doesn't even mean anything. Anyway, so that's the story. Let's go into the news. Just Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein, everybody. I don't know if you know who Jeffrey Epstein is. I don't even really know who he is, outside of the fact that he's a billionaire. He's a billionaire, and he's friendly, like every billionaire. He's friendly with everybody in politics. He's friendly with the Clintons. He's friendly with the Trumps. He's friendly with, everybody who runs in billionaire social circles. And this is nothing new. We've been hearing about this forever. He likes his girls on the young side. He parties, and he's got a place in West Palm Beach, a place in New York City. He yachts around the world. I mean, all in all, it sounds like an amazing life this guy has. But
a few years older.
He gets 14-year-old girls, so they say 14, 16, 17, and he tells these girls, he doesn't even like above 17. He said you got to be 17 or below, and not as young as 10. I heard it goes from like 14 to 17. And they come over, and he get, I don't know where you find these people. Maybe runaways, maybe girls who are, whatever a 17-year-old girl is going to decide to come to a West. And now, speaking on behalf of a 17-year-old girl, now, I know she probably doesn't want to be massaging this guy who's not. He's an attractive older man. I'm not saying that's good or bad, but I'm saying he's not like Harvey Weinstein. He's a good looking older guy. So this guy says, "Come to my house in West Palm Beach and massage me." And so I feel like that's the beginning. It all starts with massages.
That's where what's his name?
Harvey Weinstein, same thing. He was a massage guy.
What is his name? John Travolta started with massages.
He's another one. He's into massages too. He likes massages. So this guy says, "Come massage me," and then apparently, 17-year-old girls begin massaging him, and then from the massage, he starts to grab their privates and whatever else, and then it becomes a thing where you don't do it, don't do it. So this is Jeffrey Epstein. So now he's been arrested. He should have been arrested 20 years ago. I mean, this has always been out there about this guy, and they've always said Trump's been on his boats, and Melania has been on his boats, and the Clintons have been on his boats. So who knows whether you want to pin this on Donald Trump. So I'm not going to pin anything on Donald Trump because he has sleazy friends. We all have, some sleazy friends. I don't know if I have any friends who want to sleep with 17-year-olds, but maybe I do. I don't know. I haven't. No, but it hasn't come out yet. But you never know.
Have you ever heard that theory that whenever pedophilia kind of breaches a place of power, it just quickly spreads because once one person's doing it and people have dirt on that person, it's like, oh, I'm going to tell everyone if you don't get me in. And then it quickly becomes the norm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Well, apparently that's what this guy, Jeffrey Epstein, was telling the girls. Mm-hmm. I guess he paid them all. So now if you're a 17-year-old girl living in West Palm Beach or living in some shitty neighborhood in Florida, and you go into West Palm Beach and you go into this guy's gorgeous home, he's like, hey, go out and tell some more of your friends. Bring them all over. And these girls probably like, hey, man, this guy's giving fucking $150 to go massage him. And she's got a party house and a pool in the back and da-da-da-da-da. So everyone's coming over. And then they're going out on yachts. And, for like a 17-year-old Instagram girl, she's like, this shit's fucking great. So then they went over his house today. Of course, the FBI bust down the door of his New York place. And now apparently they found all sorts of pictures of kids and shit. And here we are. This is where we're at now. Federal prosecutors in Manhattan charged Mr. Epstein on Monday with sex trafficking. So that's what it's become. That's a big charge. And I believe it's trafficking because of the boat. I think that's
taking them off the mainland.
Yeah, dealing in explicit to a plea, which is overseen. Okay, this is all like legal speak. Anyway, that's where we're at. This Jeffrey Epstein, interesting story about this guy. And say what you want. I don't get it. This is going to sound weird. I just don't understand the attraction to like little girls. I don't. It's so weird. Like if I had a yacht, you get me a couple of cases of that White Claw. I feel like a lot of kids are drinking White Claw this summer. Anyone drinking it?
What is it?
I think it's basically like a wine cooler. Today's wine cooler. It's like a little thin can. Pop top can, like
it's like a Red Bull.
Yeah, it looks like a Red Bull, exactly the same type of can. But it's alcohol, malt liquor, whatever that base is, and
perfect thing for hangovers.
And it's every flavor, black raspberry and shitty shit, and tutti frutti, and so I'm seeing it everywhere now. This White Claw. So. You get me a couple of cases of White Claw. This is me on my yacht. And this is what I want. I don't want 17 massaging me. I don't need it. I don't like it. I mean, listen, I see kids around, 17-year-old kids around. I just they don't do anything for me. Thank God, because if
we've talked about this, I know it's a power thing.
I guess it is.
There's no difference in a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old. It's power,
right?
I mean,
I guess you're right.
If he goes up to
17, now you're legal, and you're
why not just go up a half a year higher and you're fine?
I don't get it. I know.
Keep it for 6 months. You're fine.
I would roll my yacht out. I'm gonna get 6 cases of White Claw on the yacht, and then I want a bunch of 48-year-old fucking hotties coming out there. They've been through it. You know what? That's everybody. Put on your white jeans. Get your, what do you got? Some nice sandals. Maybe those gold sandals. Jessica Simpson from the
Wedges?
Yeah, or a cork wedge. I don't even know, is that still going on this summer? Like a couple of years ago, that was a hot cork wedge. I don't know if that's still a thing. But you know what? If it is,
on your yacht, it's
on my yacht, you're more than welcome to wear your cork wedges. Put on some. I don't necessarily love flats because everyone looks frump a dump. But I understand the comfortableness of it. So if you have to wear a flat, wear a flat. Wear a gold. Jessica Simpson line. Does she do a sandal? You come on in that. Your white jeans. Put on a little denim jacket because it might get cool at night on my yacht. You get a couple of White Claws in you. But they're chilled. Those White Claws might get a little chill in the air. And then we're all dancing. Fuck, we'll put on shit from the 80s. I put on something from the 80s for these girls for 16. They're like, what is this? This is gross. Put on blah, blah, and blue, blue. I don't even know who, put on Bahad Bahabi or fucking whoever the fuck. I don't want that. Oh, you and me, and then we're all dancing. Everyone's having a good time. Me and you broads, we're out there fucking having fun. What did Jeffrey Epstein want? Why would you want these people? They're no fun. We're eating hamburgers and hot dogs, drinking White Claw, talking about shit we've been through. Oh, remember this, remember that. Fuck yeah, I do.
Where were you when the earthquake happened?
Yes, where were you when the earthquake? Where were you when the space shuttle exploded? Where were you when they shot John F. Kennedy? Wait, somebody's on this boat who was there when they shot John F. Kennedy? Get that old broad off this boat. What the hell is she doing here? Who invited her? Who was that, Mrs. Howell? That's from Gilligan's Island, everybody. That's what I'm saying.
Everyone on your boat would have got that reference, too.
Oh, no, they got it. Now we're all laughing. Oh, Mrs. Howell, hear what he said? Everyone's having a great time. This is what I would like. I know, you know what? No trouble. Nobody's suing me. Nobody's coming over. The FBI is not breaking my door down and checking my computer.
They're not posting this stuff on Instagram, probably.
Nobody's posting it on Instagram. Nobody even has Instagram.
No.
They all have like flip phones.
Yeah.
They're trying to show pictures of their kids to each other on their flip phones, and nobody can see it. They got to take their glasses out of their purse. Hold on. I can't see it without my damn glasses. I swear this happened so quickly. I swear. One morning I woke up and I couldn't see. Anyway, Teresa. Oh, she's gorgeous. Oh, this is her looking at the picture. She's beautiful. Could you turn down that music, please? I'm trying to look at Teresa's daughter. Oh, she's gorgeous. Get me another White Claw,
I heard
please.
she married a firefighter.
Oh, she did. Oh, he's a son of a bitch, but whatever. He's helping people. This is my boat. It sounds amazing. If anybody wants to come on my yacht,
is this a cruise ship?
If anyone wants to come on my yacht, it's not Jeffrey. And you know what? If anyone says, I'm checking IDs on the way in. Yep. If you're 25 and younger, all right, maybe not. You know what? I'll take 25. 25 and up. I'll take, because I've known some 25-year-olds who are on the ball. So I'll take 25 and up. But you're any younger than that, I don't want you. I don't want you fucking staring at your phone the entire time while I'm out here. I just got 6 cases of White Claw. You know how much that cost me? Take your face out of your phone, for God's sakes, and have a White Claw. I got black cherry. That's everyone's favorite. Susie over here just spilled black cherry on her white jeans. Think that's going to come out easily? She's going to have to soak that in salt water to get that out, stain. Then she's fucked. She was going to save those for next year. Take your cork wedges off and let's dance. God damn it. I'm just, if my boat sounds a hell of a lot more fun than Jeffrey Epstein's boat of a bunch of 17-year-old kids not paying attention, massaging everybody. I don't like it at all. 14, 17, fuck that. Let those kids do what they do. That's why that's illegal for that reason.
I'm just listening to some hardworking man music. And
yes, exactly. We're going to put on like a Spotify playlist. Now, let me just say this. I pay for Pandora. So you're not going to get any commercials.
Oh.
If I do my Pandora, you're not going to get any commercials. I pay $3 a month for no commercials. However, I don't pay for Spotify.
I do. You can borrow mine.
Oh, yeah. So yeah. I will now. Okay. So
no commercials on this yacht.
Alex is on the boat as well, and we're going to go through his Spotify because with my Spotify, I'm going to get some commercials,
all right.
And that's going to kill the party. So Alex, we're going to do his Spotify, and then we're going to have commercial free fun. But we're going to play 80s. Or even 70s might be a little too chill.
Some Jovi.
So we're going to play like 80s, like, rock ballads, like White Snake and stuff like that, and maybe Rat, Round and Round, Round and Round. What comes around goes around. Who wants another White Claw? You want another White Claw, Teresa? Yes, get her a White Claw. Get Lisa a White Claw. Get Samantha a White Claw. Everybody's having fun. I hope it's White Claw. Is it White Claw or White Clam?
I don't know.
I gotta look it up. I think it's White Claw.
You said it with such confidence. I just assumed
and I said it so many times, I think it might be White Clam. It's White Claw. It is White Claw. Why would you say White Clam? That's gross. That means like a vagina.
Yeah, those aren't in right now.
No. All right, anyway. Another story I'd like to talk about is, hey, congratulations to the women's U.S. women's soccer team. It was fun to watch, man. I got to tell you, I know there's a pay discrepancies between the men and the women. I say pay the women more. They're fucking much more fun to watch. I think they're ballsy. They're confident. They're exciting. I love it. I love when that girl scored the goal and did the sip of the tea in England, and they were pissed off about that. Good. Be pissed off.
Yeah. Welcome to it.
Yeah.
This is America.
I mean, these people work hard to get to be the elite athletes of the world.
Should have threw it in the harbor.
There you go. Anyway, so congratulations. They won. They won the World Cup. It was World Cup, right? It was
World Cup.
They won World Cup, and it was exciting, and that was cool. And I watched in the morning, and it was pretty cool and all that. So congratulations to those ladies. Chris Kattan. Are you familiar with the work of Chris Kattan? Chris Kattan was on Saturday Night Live in, 20 years ago maybe. He was on Saturday Night Live, and he was great on Saturday Night Live. He was, he did the Mango and all these crazy characters, and he did, he was great. I mean, he had, he was one of those Saturday Night Live guys who every time he was in a sketch, the sketch was better for it. I don't know what happened to Kattan over the years. I guess I learned when he was on Dancing with the Stars a few years back that he had some back issues. He broke his back. I guess he's got a book out now. It came out a couple of months ago, and in that, he tells a lot of... Now, I'll say this. When you're a Chris Kattan and you're writing a book, the publishers of the book must be like, hey, listen, nobody wants a Chris Kattan book unless you have some shit to say. So that's why every one of these books that ever comes out, any celebrity biography comes out,
it's reality reading.
They have to have one or two bombshell things, otherwise... that the publisher's just not buying it. So Kattan must come to this publisher and say, hey, I'm Chris Kattan. I'm going to write about my days on Saturday Night Live and my days doing stand-up and this and that. And they're like, no, not interested. Nobody cares. What else you got? So Kattan has to come up with stories. Like, I broke my back in a sketch, I guess. That's what he's saying. He said he broke his back in a sketch on Saturday Night Live doing, one of his things. He used to jump around a lot, and so maybe he broke... Lorne Michaels like this. He didn't. It's bullshit. So now, one of his things. This also came out a couple of months ago. Is he saying that in this book? And like I said, this came out a couple of months ago. But I guess now Amy Heckerling, who's Amy Heckerling's done some great work. Amy Heckerling was Clueless, I believe. Amy Heckerling also directed Night at the Roxbury, which was, those characters. It was Kattan and Will Ferrell and that, head bopping thing. And they made a movie out of it. And Kattan is saying that basically Lorne Michaels made him sleep with Amy Heckerling to get the part, to stay in the movie. Amy Heckerling came out and said, this guy's a nut. This never happened. She totally sidestepped the Saturday Night Live alum, claiming that Lorne Michaels pressured... Oh, yeah, and his autobiography... So it's Baby Don't Hurt Me, which was the song from that movie. Baby, don't hurt me no more. That's a song from Night at the Roxbury that did it. So she's saying that 2 decades ago that he had to be on the casting couch. So the tryst allegedly happened after he got a call from Michaels telling him to keep Amy happy so he could stay in the 1990s comedy film Night at the Roxbury. When asked about Kattan's book, Amy Heckerling said, I didn't read it. He's a nut. I don't comment on things basically like that. I have no interest in helping his book sales. I don't even want to know or hear this dumb shit that he came up with. This is what she's saying. All right, now who you choose to believe in this one, I don't know. But Kattan, I kind of know, is a bit of a weirdo. He's on the road doing stand-up, and, he's not good at it. Which is amazing. No, he's just not. I mean, it's amazing to me because, he was so great on Saturday Night Live and such a great sketch performer that sometimes being a sketch performer and being a stand-up are two completely different muscles. I, fortunately, am very, very talented in both fields. I could do sketch. I could do stand-up. I'm pretty good I have a pretty good comedy muscle, more so than Chris Kattan.
I concur with that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Alex. What Kattan will do is Kattan will go to a club and he'll call Chris Kattan. Oh, you motherfucker. Sorry, everybody. My phone just went off. Chris Kattan and Friends, he calls it. Chris Kattan and Friends, and then he'll bring five other...
his way to not do 45
Five
minutes.
other comics will come and they'll basically, carry the weight, and then Kattan will come on at the end and dance or whatever, and people are excited to see Chris Kattan. Then, I should say this, a lot of times when you're doing stand-up on the road, you'll have to go do morning radio. You'll go do a couple of radio stations in the morning, and you'll have a guy from the club usually drive you. In some cases, it's just a kid who works at the club, and he volunteers to do it as for a little extra money. He'll say, "I'll pick up the comedians every morning, Friday or Saturday morning." Sometimes it's an ungodly hour, set 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and you'll go do 3-4 radio shows, maybe a TV show, and you drive in this kid's car. And normally, I got more power to the people who do this because they have to deal with a different personality every week. And some comics, especially at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, can be probably assholes. So you sit there and you drive around and you try and be as nice as you can and strike up conversations. And then what most, if it's a decently run club, what they will do is they will say to you basically, "Hey, before I drop you off at the hotel, do you need anything else? Can I take you to a grocery store? Can I take you to a Rite Aid? Maybe you need to pick some things up. You got to be here 3 more days in this town. Do you need anything?" Some comics say, "Yeah, I need this, I need that," and they'll drop you off. Apparently what Kattan does is he goes and makes you get a bunch of makeup for him. Like, you got to go to like a CVS and buy a bunch of women's makeup, a lot, like 100. You guys know better than I do how much women's makeup is. Even if you're buying it at CVS, it could be 150. And then nothing against it. He's a performer, and I don't. So sometimes I have to do it too. You have to put on like a little to fucking get like the shine off your face and stuff because you're on stage and there's bright light. So I have this little thing that I carry in my bag. It's like powder that I put on my face that I've just picked up along in TV world. Sometimes you're on TV, you have to put your shit on. So I do have something like that. But Kattan apparently gets a ton of it. And every week he's at a different club and they have to go and they buy it. The club buys it, $150 worth of makeup. And then Kattan comes that night, 7:30 show, all fucking dolled up. He looks like he's an older guy, and he puts on
He's a doll.
some tanning cream or lotion and rouge and all sorts of shit. And then he heads in. So that's what I've heard. So maybe he is a bit of a nut. I'm going to agree with Amy Heckling. He might be a bit of a nut, and who knows? Hey, I hope the guy's selling books. I got nothing against Chris Kattan. I hope the guy sells books.
I like the way she handled it.
I don't want to talk about it. Amy Heckling's a pro. She's been in this business a long time. She's fucking makes some good movies.
Yeah.
I'm all about it. Amy, good. And so's Kattan's good guy. But Kattan's got to sell books. He's probably broke. He's probably got a big house that he's got to fucking pay bills on. And I don't begrudge anyone making a buck, but don't make the kid from the club go in and buy you, fucking rouge. That's not right.
I just imagine the door guys I know ruining that order so bad.
Oh, I think he comes along with you, and you walk around the CVS with him.
He points at it,
fills up a basket,
and you pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. So that's that. Bahad Behabi, everybody. Bahad Behabi. We talk about her a lot on this show. You remember Bahad Behabi from the Dr. Phil show many years ago. Got to be a couple of years ago now, where she just said, "Cash me outside, how about that?" And from this one little clip where she was on Dr. Phil, it went viral. And from this viral clip, I'll give the girl credit on this. Her name is Danielle Bergazzi or whatever. She has turned this into a career, like a big career. Like, she's now a rapper who, honestly, listen to her stuff. It sounds like all pretty decent shit. I don't know. I mean, put enough production and shit on it. Sounds fine to me. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now she wants to be Ariel. I guess they're making a live-action version. This seems to be the new way we're going. We're going to do live-action now of all the Disney movies.
Yeah.
We just did Aladdin with Will Smith as the genie and some Indian people and whoever they played. Who and who. I don't know Disney. I'm not a Disney person. Thank God, because I'll tell you why I'm not a Disney person. Because I'm a grown adult person. People say I say that too much on the podcast, that I'm a grown man. But still. And I'm not one of those weirdos who's a grown person who's into Disney. Like sometimes you'll see like guys, even like grown straight men who are into Disney, who have like tattoos of Disney on their back, and they'll go to we go to Disney. Me and my wife go to Disneyland once a year, and we make a thing out of it. We got married at Disneyland. And that shit. Like, oh, you fucking dorks! Like, don't do that. Disneyland's for children. The movies are for children. I saw Fantasia as a child. I went to see Fantasia. Me and my friends, we used to walk to the Lakeside Cinema in Lake Ronkonkoma, located on Portion Road between Hawkins and Ronkonkoma Avenues. This week, I still remember the tape recording, because I used to call on Friday to see what the movie's going to be. This is before you could look at papers or the phone. You used to call a phone number, and I go, Lakeside Cinema in Lake Ronkonkoma, located on Portion Road between Hawkins and Ronkonkoma Avenues. This week, our featured presentation is Grease. Grease, starring John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. And then I would go, and they would tell you the show times, 11, 1, 4, 9, and 11. Boom. So we walked to go see Fantasia. Now, Fantasia was made in the 60s, so I think it was just a reboot of they were showing in the summertime for kids. Now, Fantasia to me was just some fucking. I was like, I didn't get it at all. I was 11. I'm like, this is stupid. I know Fantasia's not the best thing to judge Disney on, because I mean, and as far as animation goes and music, it's cool. But apparently, it was like some sort of drug thing that I don't know Walt Disney was going through. But if you ever watch Fantasia,
I've seen
it's just like it's
I know
like
what
really
it is.
Weird. It's not. I don't know how any kid could watch it.
Yeah.
So me and my friend just kind of walked out. We're like, first of all, now what they would do at the Lakeside Cinema in Lake Ronkonkoma, it was originally called Jerry Lewis Cinema. Jerry Lewis, I don't know if you guys remember Jerry Lewis. Jerry Lewis had a line of movie theaters in like the early 70s.
Wow.
And this was one of them. And they kind of went under, and then it became Lakeside Cinema. What Lakeside Cinema would do before every performance, every movie, they would auction off a garbage bag full of popcorn. They would take a garbage bag filled with popcorn, and you had a ticket, a paper ticket, and on that ticket was numbers. Hold on, we have a robbery out front, as always, every week. If it's not a cover to cover without a homicide out front. So on this ticket, we have several numbers. So like any raffle, it's a raffle, and they're raffling off the big bag of popcorn. Now, as an 11-year-old kid, all you wanted to, maybe I've told the story before. I haven't
heard this.
All you want to do is win that bag of popcorn. Oh my God! Like, please, 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 let me win a giant garbage bag full of popcorn. That's all I would. It would be the greatest thing that ever happened to me. So I sat with my number, and I would look. Now my brother, who's a little older and a little wiser than me, he turns to me and he goes, "You know what that is? That's the popcorn from last night. They closed. Once the movie's over, they show the 10 o'clock show, final show. Then this kid just takes the shit old popcorn that was in the glass thing that you get popcorn out, and he puts it in the garbage bag, and they raffle off the next day." I was like, oh shit, you're right. Like, that's just dirt old popcorn. Like, we're thinking, oh my God, this would be like winning the lotto. So finally my number comes up, but it doesn't come up. I'm one off. So I can tell it's the guy who got the ticket right next to me. Mm-hmm. It's my brother.
It's your brother.
And the fucking guy threw his ticket away. I don't have my ticket anymore. I'm like, we won.
We won it.
Anyway, we walked out of Fantasia with no popcorn, no big bag of stale popcorn. And now, that's how it went. So I'm not a Disney person. I don't go. Listen, I saw Aladdin. It was fine. The one with, Robin Williams and all those people. And they're all fine. But what am I going to do? Watch a cartoon? I'm not going to watch a cartoon. I love Toy Story. I know those are I guess Disney, but also
if they made a live action Toy Story,
also Pixar So now we have Lion King coming out. That's next week, I think, which is another big live action Lion King, where it's Beyonce and a bunch of people are involved in this. And they're all voicing it and whatever. And now I guess they're making a live action Little Mermaid. Now, I've never seen Little Mermaid. I don't know the Little Mermaid because, once again, I'm a man and an adult, so I don't see Little Mermaid. I don't have kids. I'm not going to watch Little Mermaid at the house.
I have a yacht with 14-year-olds on it.
I'm not trying to impress 14-year-olds on a yacht and go, hey, who wants to watch Little Mermaid?
Disney.
So that apparently they've cast Ariel. Is that Little Mermaid? Ariel?
Ariel, yeah.
Ariel, she's the Little Mermaid, right?
Yeah.
They cast a girl named, not Halle Berry, but it's Halle Berry. It's not Halle Berry, but her name is Halle Berry. But it's not Halle Berry.
But it's not her.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
her name is Halle, Hallie, Barry.
That's not my Ariel.
It's not Halle Berry. you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Two people with the same name. And she is a black girl. She's on that show Blackish, or she's on another show called it's a spinoff of Blackish.
Oh, she looks just like
She's
Ariel.
Very pretty black girl. I mean, perfectly for Ariel. People are up in arms. Oh my God. How can you cast a black girl in this role? This is all mermaids are white. Like, you dumb fucks. First of all, it's a cartoon. Second of all, there's no mermaids. Third of all, like, who gives a fuck? Like, if you have the time in your life to be upset about the casting of not only this, casting of anything. I remember years ago when they cast Michael Keaton as Batman. Oh my God. People were, Michael Keaton, that's the guy from Gung Ho, and he's Mr. Mom, and he's a fucking comedy actor. He can't be Batman. Turns out, he's an actor. He could do probably many things. And turns out, in the end, kind of one of the best Batmans.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
Better than Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Better than fucking George Clooney, and better than most people as Batman.
Oh, you don't diss
Some people would say
Clooney.
the best at Batman.
No, Clooney had the best.
Oh my God, he was the worst at it. I don't even remember seeing those Batmans. But anyway, and now I guess this other kid got the part as Batman. The little English kid from who was in those movies with the wolves and what were those movies that filmed up in Pacific Northwest?
I have no idea.
You know what I'm talking about? Twilight. He's in the Twilight movies.
Oh,
that kid,
the Edward guy.
Edward, yeah, he's now the new Batman, and people are freaking out about that. This guy can't be Batman.
I agree with that one.
Listen,
that's infuriating.
He can be Batman. Everybody can be Batman. You just put on that deep voice like this, and you put a mask over your eyes, and you go, I can't believe the Joker did that. That's all it is. And it's fucking Batman. Who cares?
Dude, you got big shoes to fill, man.
I don't have big shoes to fill.
You're never going to be Christian Bale.
I'm not even wearing shoes. I'm wearing boots, rubber boots. I don't have shoes to fill. You stupid. And that kid, Robert Pattinson, he's about 5'8". You know, like I'm not fearing this kid. If he jumps down in front of me in the alley and goes, "Hey, stop!" I'm like, "Fuck you, stop, you English little queer." I'm not stopping for you. And I just keep walking. I don't give. Wear a bat outfit. I'm not stopping for you. Little Mermaid.
You're dressed like a bat right now.
But anyway, yeah, exactly. I don't care if your parents were killed in an alley when you were a child. That doesn't bother me. I'm not listening to you. I'm moving on with my day. I got to go to a yacht filled with a couple of 52-year-old broads. I got no time to stop for you, Batman. Please let me move throughout the day. So this Bahad Bahabi, of course, she wants the part as Ariel. She says, I could be Ariel because she's got, I guess, long hair and a ponytail, and that's what Ariel wears. Then people were like, the other girl should be it. The other little chick who dances around with a ponytail. What's her name? Ariana Grande. Her name's almost Ariel. Yeah. Ariana. She'd be good, I guess. I'm sure she'd probably be fine.
I'm waiting for Disney to come out and be like, it's not up for discussion.
The other one. Yeah, I know. Exactly. That's not how movies work.
Yeah, fuck off.
It's like we have casting sessions. We see a lot of people. And then from those casting sessions, we're professionals. We've cast many movies. We know who can get the job done. And through those casting sessions, we hire a person who's we feel could fit the needs of the role better than Bahad Bahabi.
Bahad Baby, like, Ariel's not getting in a street fight. We don't need Bahad Baby.
That'd be great. No, actually, honestly, I would watch the Bahad Bahabi version better. She'd be like, "What you say, clam? What is she down at the bottom of the ocean talking to me?
Flounder.
This stupid clam talking to me. Don't talk to me, clam. You go fuck with lobster. Don't fuck with me, clam." Is that what she said? I don't know. Aren't there like things at the bottom of the ocean that they're talking to? You know, is that Finding Nemo? Is that Nemo?
Who knows? Who knows?
But anyway,
I want to see her.
So Bahad Bahabi's down there at the bottom of the ocean, going, "I don't need any problems. I got a tail. I can't walk because of my feet. I don't even have no feet. I got no feet. I got to walk in a tail. You know how hard that is. And I don't need your clams and your sharks and your bluefish and your marlin talking shit. If you want to catch me outside the ocean. Catch me on the beach. I'll beat your ass, motherfucker. Now, where's my White Claw? I need a White Claw. Black cherry, please." That's my Bahad Bahabi. The other one who's campaigning for the role, apparently on Twitter, is another one who has no idea how show business works. And she's been in show business since she was 4 years old, but still really has no idea how it works. Is Lindsay Lohan is campaigning for the role on Twitter of Ariel, because she's also like 40 now, and she's, I think the days of. And she's not that.
And she also lives
talented.
On a beach now.
Yeah, well, no, that show got canceled. Another reason she doesn't know much. She had that show where she was running a restaurant on the beach on MTV in Greece. She was it was Lindsay Lohan's beach house, and of course, it makes perfect sense. Like, who's going to run the beach house? Oh, get the girl from Herbie the Love Bug who has no restaurant experience. She's going to run it. And so this was on MTV and it got canceled. MTV decided we're not going to do that, and. Lindsay Lohan goes on Twitter and she says, "It's not canceled. Don't listen to those reports." MTV comes back and goes, "No, it is. It's canceled." Like, yeah, it is. It's canceled.
She just posts a picture of the ratings.
So then she just goes and says, "I want to be Ariel." Like, how about that? How can I be Ariel? And I guess they got to tell her again, like, no, because you haven't been in a movie in a long time and you haven't really been good in anything since Mean Girls. And the only reason you were good in Mean Girls is because you were 14 and you just didn't know any better. Now you're older and you know, there's too many thoughts in your head.
Parent trap.
Yeah, everybody was good at 9. We're all good at 9. We're different people at 9 than we are at 38. Like, people are like, I can't believe she sucks now because she was so great at 9.
Well,
I was great at 9 too. Should have saw me at 9. I was fucking fantastic. Nice kid. Long legs. Nice long leg. Oh, Jeffrey Epstein should have seen me walking down the street in my little 70s shorts, my nice long legs on me. Oh, he would have invited me on his boat. Come here, give me a massage, little fella. You better believe it. How much? $50? And I don't have to live with these pennies.
A bag of popcorn?
A bag of stale popcorn? Get me on that yacht, my friend. You look tense. Take that shirt off. Let me massage your shoulders, you old fuck. That's what I would have done. I would have hopped right on there. I don't have to live with these penny savers anymore. We made our this penny. Now I don't know what stories I've told. We're 32 episodes into this, people. I might be repeating stories, but I used to have a penny saver. And I told this we just throw it in the garbage and never deliver them. We get like $20 check at the end of the month. But they put Starburst. Did I tell the Starburst story?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know if Starburst had just come out, or maybe they come up with a new flavor or something. But so they put like a 3-pack of Starburst in all the penny savers. This is the only time anyone ever picked up a penny saver was when the Starburst was in them.
They're melting on the floor.
So basically they gave. So we had a kid in our neighborhood. His name. Now this is once again. I apologize for the insensitive times I grew up in. I can't be held accountable for the times I grew up in. But we had a mentally retarded kid on our block. He wasn't a kid. He was much older than us. He was probably 40, but his name was Chris, and he was the sweetest guy. And he would always hang around. It was just him and his older mom in the house. And Chris was a neighborhood guy.
Just around,
always. And now, once again, I apologize for the insensitive times, but we would call him Chris the retarded guy. That's just us. That's what he was.
At the time?
At the time.
Very progressive.
Exactly. He was Chris the retarded guy. Right? That's what you said. Because there were several Chris's. There was Chris Franjola, there was Chris Scandali, and there was Chris the retarded guy. Mm-hmm. Just to differentiate between. And honestly, Scandali wasn't much smarter than Chris the retarded guy, but whatever. Chris the retarded guy was...
But they had good cereal.
To differentiate, we had to... So we sent Chris the retarded guy, we told him, we said, Chris, go get every penny saver in this neighborhood, because they got Starburst in him. You go. He had a bike, and he would love any type of task.
Mission.
You gave him a mission or a task, he would accomplish it. So we said, go get penny savers, find them. We didn't know how far he was going to go, but I guess he just said, I'll just go for hours. So he started at 9 a.m. This kid came back
This
once
kid.
again, kid. He was 40 years old. He came back
40-year-old
with
man on a
maybe
bicycle.
700 penny savers. He must have gone to like an east end of Long. He went to New York City, I think, and picked up penny savers. And brought us back like 700 things of Starburst. And we sat and ate those for the entire summer. Me, Chris Scandali, Chris the Retarded Guy, and all of us. We had a great time. So that's what I don't know how I got on that, but the point is
penny savers. You're not on a yacht.
because I was cute and I did and Epstein would have liked me had I been a part of his world.
And that came from Bad Baby.
That came from Bad Baby. Yeah, Bad Baby's not getting the role. The role has been given away. The role of Ariel is going to this girl.
That's kind of like
Haley Bailey, and I think she's gonna be great. And am I going to see it? No, I'm not going to see it because I won't go see it because nothing against these movies. I've seen these movies. They're all nice. I watched. Sometimes I watch those. I love the Pixar ones. I like Pixar movies.
Yeah, but.
I'm not going to go to the theater and watch them.
I loved Up. I'm not going to go see a live action.
Up was the one where the balloons take the chair. I never watched that one.
So
I heard
good.
It's real sad.
Oh, it's good.
Like the old guy. I see Ed Asner, who plays one of the old guys. He lives in my neighborhood. So I see him around a lot. Still going.
The first 3 minutes is kind of sad, and then it's like a really good movie.
All right. Well, so there you go. Maybe they'll make a live action Up, and
Bad Baby can play one of the balloons,
the little balloon or a kid or whoever. Maybe Lindsay Lohan could play an old person in it, and
Lindsay Lohan can play herself.
Everybody's happy. Another thing I wanted to cover is the fact that female festival goers, if you are a lady, woman, female, whatever you want to say. You go to festivals. I like to go to all those, festivals that are out, especially in the summertime. All the ones that we always talk about on here. Mm-hmm. Burning Man or Coachella. What's the one you like out in Vegas, Alex?
The one I like?
Electric Daisy Carnival, EDC.
I thought you were going to say Route 90.
Was that country one? Now, a lot of times you gals don't want to go in these urinals, these gross urinals, where I don't like them either. There is a restaurant out in Malibu, way down at the end of Malibu, just before you get to Ventura County, that's called Neptune's Net. It's a great place. I highly recommend it if you're in the Pacific Coast Highway area and you want to go get like fried food, fish, and they got clams and lobster. It's great. Anyway, but they don't have bathrooms. They just have porta-potties around the back because it's an old place on the beach, and you could see because you look in. You know what I mean? Everyone knows what I'm talking about. You go into these porta potties and you see what someone has done before you. Mm-hmm. So you see piles of shit and piss and whatever. It's fucking gross. So I wouldn't want to go in one of those either. But so now there's a guy who invented, or whoever invented it, maybe it was a woman, I don't know. They invented a female porta potty. Female festival goers. The female urinal has arrived. Hot pink potties popped up in the Rockside Music Festival in Denmark that allow ladies to relieve themselves 3 at a time. The company behind the invention, Lappy, hopes to make life easier for women at outdoor events and to cut down on those long lines. So they have these 3 at a time pink urinals where girls can go in and pee all over each other and whatever. And this is in Denmark, so I don't know what those kids are doing over there. They like to don't they pee on each other's chests and stuff in Denmark? And
they do.
I think in Germany.
No,
that was in Germany. I think they invented like crapping on each other, which I don't like that at all. I wouldn't be on I wouldn't do that on Jeffrey Epstein's boat. Have you seen the Crocs? The Crocs, the shoe that everyone wears, Crocs. Mm-hmm. It's like this rubber shoe, or whatever. It looks like a slip-on
strap
thing
on the back, kitchen shoe.
Kitchen shoe. You see a lot of chefs wearing it. Also, you see a lot of kids wearing it. Little kids will wear it because I guess it's easy on and easy off, and then you can put little charms on them and stuff like that. Well, Crocs has yesterday revealed their mascot. They have a new mascot, and it's fucking terrifying. It's a big giant croc that looks like a monster. It's got a big mouth. Can you see it there? I'm showing it to Alex right there.
I'm pulling it up.
It's kind of crazy.
It's the shoe,
Yeah, it's basically the shoe with a mouth and eyes, but it's a little more. Looks I think it's a little more
sinister.
Terrifying than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Not as terrifying as the statue that they just built of Melania Trump in her home country.
Ooh.
Which they built a statue of Melania Trump because she is from, oh my God, I was actually in her country. I drove through it to get to Italy. I was driving from Croatia to Italy couple of months ago, and I drove through Slovenia, where she's from, and it's actually kind of a nice little country. But I guess they made a statue for her, thinking she'll love this.
Oh God, it's so bad.
It looks like something out of Blair Witch Project.
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
It's like carved out of a log.
Put it at LACMA.
Yeah, it's like carved out of a log with like no face on it, and I think they did it to be nice, and she would be terrified by something. No more terrified than having to fuck Donald Trump, but I would imagine that poor woman's been through a lot, so maybe it is something she would like. Who knows? Aziz Ansari, everybody. Aziz Ansari is back. He released his Netflix special, I guess, last night on Netflix, a new comedy special from Aziz. And, I don't know if you remember, Aziz was one of those guys who kind of went down in the Me Too thing. He went down a little bit. He had a girl he went on a date with in New York, whatever it was, date. I don't know what you want to call it, but they went back to an apartment, whether it was hers or his. I don't remember. But the girl said, hey, it was a bad night for me. He got a little weird. Yeah. I don't know if it was, she didn't rape her, but she said it was just, he made me do things I didn't want to do. And Aziz Ansari basically kind of kept a low profile for the last year because of that. But he's been out on the road. He's been rehearsing this, and I guess he in this new special on Netflix, he addresses the issue, and I watched the clip of it this morning, and he basically says, it was embarrassing, and it is. Anytime, and it's embarrassing for both camps. I would imagine if you're the girl who's going through something like this, it's embarrassing to have to talk about. First of all, any sexual fucking thing proclivity you might have, any of that coming out and having to discuss it is just fucking embarrassing. Mm-hmm. And so he basically said it was embarrassing, and I hope people learn from it. And there you go. Whatever you want to say about Aziz, I'm sorry. That's what he should be calling himself.
Aziz, I'm sorry.
He should be calling himself that. Aziz, I'm sorry, on his new Netflix special. So he's back, and maybe this is the beginning. Of people beginning to make a bit of a comeback. But now his was not as bad as some. I don't think and maybe people don't give a fuck. I don't know. But in the case of like a Louis C.K., maybe you're going to get a special out of him slowly where, hey, for $10 if you want to watch it, you can. I don't think Netflix will pick it up. He's coming
back hard. I have a feeling he's coming back hard.
Who knows? But anyway, and then I don't think like a Harvey Weinstein or those guys can come back.
Can't.
But the other one who's kind of now whether I don't know what side you stand on this one, but this Kevin Spacey. Now, Kevin Spacey, I don't know if you remember, he was going through this trial. I think it was in Massachusetts somewhere, or Maryland, something like that, where this kid was saying that he, groped him. He was like a busboy or a waiter at this restaurant. Spacey was in this restaurant, and the kid was of age. He was 19 or 20 at the time, but he said he was drinking with Spacey after the thing, and during them drinking that night, Spacey groped him a little bit, and it went to trial. And Spacey's now the kid dropped the kid. He's 25 or whatever now, but he completely dropped the case. The case has been completely dropped, and now it's almost making Spacey look like he was not. I guess what they're saying is this kid does not want to turn in his phone as evidence because. Here's what was happening, according to what I've heard. Joe Rogan talked about it a little bit on his podcast. What had happened was this kid and his girlfriend were hanging out with Spacey. Now, if you're a 22-year-old guy living in a small town, blah, blah, and Spacey's in your restaurant, that's got to be pretty cool for this guy to be like, fuck, man, I'm drinking with Kevin Spacey.
I live in L.A., and I think that's
cool. He's texting his girlfriend, I'm drinking with Kevin Spacey, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And Spacey's a gay man, and Spacey...
Closeted at the time.
At the time, he was, yes.
You kind of knew.
Right, exactly. You're right. That's a good point, Alex. Mm-hmm. So now, but, everybody who knows... In the social circles I ran in, we knew Spacey was a gay guy.
You knew what's up.
Yeah, so that was nothing new to anybody who in show business. So Spacey and this kid are drinking. Apparently, the kid doesn't want this to come out because it was almost like fun. Now he's grabbing my cock. Spacey's rubbing my butt. I can't believe this. Kevin Spacey's gay, bro, and he's rubbing my dick.
I got the proof.
Right, so... Apparently, there was a little bit of that going on. So now everything's been dropped. And now whether that gets Spacey off the hook, it doesn't, because Spacey's had other issues. He had the thing with that actor, Anthony Rapp, I believe is his name, who's been in a bunch of stuff. But, when he was 12 years old, Spacey carried him, to into a bedroom or some shit. So whatever, that's not great. Kevin Spacey's got his problems. I don't know if he's ever going to get out of that. But let's just say one of these things has gone away for him. At least maybe he looks a little better.
On the Aziz thing, I was not a fan of his comedy.
Well, yeah, I mean, whatever. Yeah, where do you stand? I don't know. I know he's an interesting.
I worked sound for his,
I like that show that he had on
Yeah,
Netflix.
that was a great show.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of his stand-up, his theater specials where he's wearing a suit and he's being himself as a character. But that guy's gone through some shit, and his new material is good.
Oh, it is?
It's very...
you've seen it at the Improv.
He did. I ran sound for... They did 3 private shows. It was the first shows we locked up phones for, and they did double headliner Aziz Chappelle shows.
Oh, they were doing together,
and, dude, his stuff is he's definitely gone through. He's got some shit to talk about.
Yeah,
so
well, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, for a comedian, you kind of want shit to talk about.
And the way Netflix specials are going, I hope his is really good.
Well, this is what's happening with their Louis C.K.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're saying about Louis C.K. is he's gone through some shit. But yet they're saying, Louis has been out doing some shows here and there at different places. And what they're saying is he's not even touching upon it. Like he's just going, he's ignoring the entire thing that he should be talking about and doing bits on other stuff that, whatever. It's
but he's also not back to doing long,
I'm sure.
I'm sure he will get to talking about it. We all go through stuff and it's not something, you got to collect your thoughts on something before. I mean, he has started talking about it. His whole, did you listen to the leaked hour?
I did.
He talked about well, how was your year? Have you ever?
That was it.
Well, yeah, but he talked about how he's been alienated. He talked about how he's the whole you never tell anyone you have $35 million, but you'll tell them you lost it. He touched on some of it.
But that makes him an asshole.
I give him time.
$35 million. Nobody wants to hear that. That's not the angle.
I know.
The angle is not I'm broke now.
And also at the same point, I keep getting there are bookers in my life who keep telling me what I should and shouldn't be saying on stage, and go fuck yourself.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that. Say what you want on stage. But
that's what's upsetting
I'm
people.
all for that. Yeah. I get it, and I get people being upset by it. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a long road back for these people.
Yeah.
Which once again, keep your dick in your pants. Keep your dick in your pants if you're fucking this Epstein guy. Keep your dick in your pants if you're Louis. There's plenty of ways.
Chris is looking at me. He's letting me know.
What's funny?
He's looking at me. He's like, "You're new to this town."
There's a comedian friend of mine, a good kid, and his name's Andrew Rivers. He's a Seattle-based comedian who's featured for me a lot on the road. And when he was first starting out, he used to have this book, and he would have all the headliners that he worked with sign his book and basically give him little bits of knowledge and write in the book, and it was pretty cool. And and every now and again he'll send me what I wrote in the book, and he goes, "This has served me well." And I wrote in his book, I said, "Keep your dick in your pants."
Yeah.
It'll get you in a lot of trouble, especially out there on the road. Your dick out of your pants could get you some trouble. So keep your dick in your pants, unless someone says, "Take your dick out of your pants." Mm-hmm. Then everybody's having fun.
That should be the phrase. That's the new phrase.
Right.
You got to hear it now.
Right. And, comedians can be whatever. So there's that. There's Aziz Ansari and wherever you stand on Spacey and Ansari and all these guys. And I understand everybody's opinion on all this. Also, this morning, a story kind of broke it's kind of touched my world because of what I went through last week with my Britney Spears comments and everybody screaming at me for being mean to Britney Spears. But I'm just, like I said, we've already covered that. I'm just having fun. But Donald Trump, I guess, on his Twitter, if you are a critic of Mr. Trump on Twitter, now whether you choose to be or not, I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. But Donald Trump would block people on Twitter if they were, saying things against what he was talking about.
As we all have the right to do.
As of this morning, you do not.
Okay.
Unless if you're the president of the United States, you cannot block people from Twitter.
That's the rule?
Yes, that's what they announced.
Did you hear
this
that
morning.
Twitter is doing their best to hide his posts from people? So Twitter's showing you where they're at.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Yeah, well, Twitter's part
Sorry,
of the
I take weird turns. I'll shut up.
Okay, no. It's fine. I get what you're saying. Trump can't block critics from his Twitter account. Appeals court rules. So that was what happened this morning. So now you could come at me, and people do. Like I looked at the reviews of the podcast. By the way, we're 10 away from 900 5-star. Well, almost had 5-star. But since the Britney Spears thing, some people have gone on and given me a few 1-stars and said I'm a horrible person and I'm a misogynist and I make fun of
What'd they say about the podcast?
Nothing.
Well,
Nothing. They never even listened to the
still
podcast. They
got
just
it,
said I'm a
baby.
piece of shit and a horrible person and all this stuff for making fun of Britney Spears. And that's fine. I can handle it. And I won't block you for that. Because I can handle, my skin is thick. I could take the lumps and there you go. All right, everybody. Now we're going to get to, now I'm constantly searching for, we do the song thing and I'm constantly searching for like songs that, so there's a song by Blanco Brown and I think I've discovered another one that everyone's going to be talking about in a month. And I want everyone to acknowledge the fact that you're hearing it here first, unless you've heard it before. But otherwise, I think most of you are hearing it here first. Don't play it yet.
Oh,
but it's Blanco Brown. And the song is called The Get Up. Get, G-I-T, The Get Up. And it's rocketing up the country charts. It's apparently number 1 on... Now, there's many different charts. I don't know what chart is chart. It's Billboard's Hot Country Song, and it's on the country streaming charts, and on the digital song sales chart. So there's 1,000 fucking charts these days. What chart this? But this thing is rocketing up the charts, and apparently it has also started a bit of a dance craze, like some of these songs have started on TikTok and Instagram. People are dancing to The Get Up, and I think in the next couple of weeks it's going to be all over the place. It's a Blanco Brown with The Get Up. Go ahead, Alex. Let us hear how terrible this shit is.
Get comfortable.
Okay.
Grab your loved one.
Really, turn it up. Turn it up.
Or grab your love partner. And if you're by yourself, no worries.
Okay.
Just follow after me. Yeah. Gonna do the 2-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart
Okay.
and spin out with them. Do the whole dance.
So this is, I would be dancing to this, right? This is a dance.
Take it to the left now.
Oh,
This
I see.
is the dance.
Oh, he's doing it.
Down, take a seat.
Alex is showing you the dance right now. He's in his backyard doing the dance.
Let's have some fun.
Okay, just Blanco Brown to the left.
To the right, to the right.
Oh, okay. So now every country bar this is going to be like a country
Put it
song.
on your side.
Oh, I don't think they're going to pick
To
this
the
up.
left, no, they will. Oh
think
my
we're
God,
about-
no! I'm out there, Alex. I go to these country bars in like Fort Worth, Texas, stuff, and they're gonna love this shit.
This guy's not even pretending to wear a hat. He's making no effort to be a country singer, except for other than speaking with a fake twang. I don't think they're going to pick him
He's
up.
from Atlanta. He's from the fucking country. So don't you dare, Alex.
I don't know.
Alex is very racist.
I am not, but I love
Very
good
racist.
country music.
I know you do. I know you're a true fan.
Which I
of
guess
country.
is-
But you're one of those people because not Little
ruin it
Nas.
for everyone.
You didn't want Little Nas X on the charts, and now you got this. You got Blanco Brown
Not
also
my
on the
area.
charts. Yeah,
Hashtag.
sorry, not your area.
This is not my area.
So now you got Blanco Brown doing the Get Up. Give me him. Let me hear some more. Turn it up.
Go out right now and take to the floor. Gonna do the 2-step.
All right, let me tell you, everybody, this is going to be on my yacht. This is on my yacht party. I'm sorry, because it's just fun. It's terrible, but it's fun. So this is on my yacht party, and I want all of you girls, 6, 7 White Claws. Try not to dance into this. But I have the yacht anchored at this point. No, we're not going to be moving because I don't want
Okay.
any of you gals falling down in your wedges.
Yeah.
So we're going to anchor the yacht, make sure the water's pretty
And our hard
still.
seltzer.
Yeah, and we're all gonna fucking, here we go. Give it to me.
Bring it up now, Chris Cross.
Chris,
I thought he was talking to me.
you.
I thought he was making it personalized for me. Bring it up, Chris. I like your yacht. I like all the girls you have in your yacht. Every girl's a 40 and above. There's no 17-year-olds on here. I can have fun, cause nobody's 16 massaging my back. Thank you. Now, let me tell you what's not going to be on my yacht. This next song, which was the #1 song in the country in 1975. I looked it up. I said, what was the #1 song?
Can I fade
this
it in?
week? Yeah, in 1975. And this, we had some inappropriate songs. This was, I think where are they from, these kids? They're from Finland or
I'll let you
Holland
know.
or ABBA.
Where's that place where
There were 3 of them. There were 4. Excuse me, 4 of them. 2 women, 2 men, and I believe that the beginning of their names are AABB. So that's where they got ABBA. And ABBA is ABBA.
Swedish.
Swedish.
Is that where the porta-potties are?
No, I think I was... whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what? They could go in together. Because you could do 3 at a time. One guy would have to stand outside while the girls crapped. So here's... We all know it. Give it to me, Alex. Give it real... I mean, this is also going to play on my yacht. We're going to play this. I decided we are going to play it.
I'm going to do the get up to this.
He also says in this song, this is for Jeffrey Epstein. This is she's 17. And that's what Jeffrey Epstein wanted. This song doesn't say you're 18. It says you're 17. And you know how to dance.
And you're young and sweet.
Young and sweet. Get on my yacht. Not my yacht. Not Jeffrey Epstein's yacht.
Yeah.
My yacht. If this were on my yacht, it'd be, you're 47. You got 2 22-year-old children. They just graduated college. One of them got a job at Target. It's his first job at 22. Why did it take him so long to get a job? 'Cause you coddled him too damn much. Now he doesn't need mayonnaise. See that girl, watch that scene, dig in the dancing queen.
You said that one with a little Caitlyn fire.
Jake, hey. Oh, she's going to be on the yacht. That's going to be the big surprise. She's going to land in a fucking helicopter. Oh, everybody. Oh, look at this. Is a great party. Sophia's here. Swinging her golf club. Sophia, get on the yacht. Oh, we're all having fun. Look at all you got. Oh, you're wearing wedges. Oh, are people wearing wedges still? Oh, I love these wedges. Oh, do those come in a size 17? Put that on. Slip that on my foot.
Size 17.
You know what? Chris, thank you for inviting me. I'm having a great time. Look at the fireworks. Oh, okay. I'm going to finish one White Claw and then I got to go. All right, everybody. I hope you had a good time on this one. We went, who knows? We were going off the wall today. I was having fun. I feel like I'm just having a good time. Enjoy it. We were back up the charts again, man. We were like 200 again. Dude. We were in the top 200 this week in comedy podcasts. So let's keep it up. Tell your friends. Have a good time. A lot of people tell me, hey, I can listen to this with my husband. In my car, my husband usually makes me turn off my podcast I listen to, but not this one. He loves it. So this is what you need on your road trips. I hope everyone's having fun listening to it. I had an 11-year-old kid said he listens to it. I don't know if I agree with that one, but this 11-year-old kid wrote on the Facebook page. By the way, everyone go on the Facebook page. Follow that page. It's a cover-to-cover page on Facebook. Get on there. Follow us on Instagram. Alex Conn is not funny. C-O-N-N.
Conn.tv. I switched it up. We're going shorter. Conn.tv.
C-O-N-N.tv.
Yep.
Conn.tv on Instagram.
Yep.
And then Chris Franjola on Instagram. Please, everybody go follow that. We'll have fun on there. Bottle cap challenge. I tried it. I tried to kick the top off a Tapatio bottle in Palm Springs. A lot of people doing the cap challenge. They whip around and kick the top off a. I watched Kylie Jenner do it on a jet ski. She came over in a little bikini on, and she kicked the top off whatever bottle. Somebody was holding it. I think it was one of those. I think it was Justin Bieber's wife was holding the bottle. I think she did a nice job. So I try it, of course, in Palm Springs. 9 White Claws in. I go to kick off the top of a Tapatio bottle, and I kick it across the fucking hotel room, all over the bed. Now there's hot sauce on everybody. So I didn't post it because it was a failure. Anyway, follow me on all those social medias. Go review this podcast if you like it. If you don't, if you think I'm a horrible person who makes fun of Britney Spears, give it 1 star. If you love me, give it 5 stars. Thank you again. We're going to do it again next week. We'll come up with some interesting stories, and I'll try and get as many details about these stories as I can, but I'm a very busy person, and a lot of times I can't read the entire article. So like I said, I give you the headline, and then I go further into it, and I have names wrong. I have people wrong. Don't sue me, everybody, because sometimes...
Merely for entertainment purposes.
Merely for entertainment purposes. Thank you, Alex. Goodbye, everyone.